Good morning. Just waiting for Bree to get on the live. Whenever she gets on, we'll start. Good morning. Just waiting for Bree to get on the live. There we go. Perfect.
Hey.
There we go. You want to pull your screen down a little bit? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, SMB.
Good morning.
Today is another Wellness Wednesday. We're going to
Yes,
have another talk, Wellness Wednesday talk. You ready to start this thing?
I'm ready. I'm a little greasy, but I'm ready.
Well, good morning, everyone. We don't really have anyone on here right now just yet, but today is our wellness talk. We're just going to piggyback off of our last video,
Yeah.
where health and wellness begins,
Right.
which is within
Fine.
yourself. Can you hear me?
Fine. Yes.
Okay, I don't want it to be too loud. There's ambulance and stuff around. So, okay. All right, so let's get started. So health and wellness begins within you, right?
That starts with you. Yep.
Starts with you, starts with the mind.
Yep.
And so there's this, so it's really hard whenever, someone can't realize that it's them, realize that health starts with them. So one thing is, it's like, how do you help yourself if you really don't even realize that it's
That
you
you're the
that's stopping
problem.
you? Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
how do you help yourself?
Mm-hmm. And it's hard, and I feel like that's why we're doing these things to let people, help people to see, because some people don't realize, like, I'm the problem.
Right.
So you have to sit down and you have to ask yourself, you have to be honest with yourself, and if there's things that's going on in your life that's not, good, and it's continuous, then you need to be honest with yourself. You need to ask yourself, why are these things happening? Why am I not getting to where I want to be? And just ask yourself questions and then answer them honestly and truthfully.
Exactly.
And a
Exactly.
lot of times that's how you'll find out that if you're honest, you'll find out that you're the problem a lot of times.
Right. So basically, people
And that
are
there's a
stopping
lot of
themselves.
things that you need to fit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I forget now.
It's all right. Basically, people are stopping themselves from living a healthy lifestyle and living a healthy life because they're holding on to things, and they don't realize that they're holding on to those things. So they feel like it's okay
Right.
they feel like it's okay, everything is okay with them, but not really realizing that, you're holding yourself back and it's starting with you,
Right.
within
Yes.
you. Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing is to admit. You have to
Right.
admit.
To examine yourself.
Mm-hmm.
To get by yourself and examine all the things that's going on in your life and all the things that's going wrong in your life, and thinking about where you want to be, and really asking yourself some honest questions
Right.
and answering them honestly,
Mm-hmm.
answering them,
And
and then you'll
okay.
and then you'll see a lot of times that you need to change certain things, or, if you're honest with yourself, you'll see that, I need to work on this, I need to work on that, I need to do this different, I need to change this.
Exactly.
Being honest with yourself.
Being honest with yourself. And most of the time, that honesty will come out through beating yourself down. You know, just, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or it's not going to happen. Just being negative
Yeah.
towards yourself. And that's how you would know that there's a problem in that area. If you're struggling within yourself, you'll
Mm-hmm.
realize,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not smart enough. I I can't do that. I can't lift no weights past 5 pounds, or anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't
Yeah.
drive, so I won't be able to get a license, and that's how you know. And there's a problem within that. There's a root to that. There's a
Mm-hmm.
connection to that, and you need to
Yeah.
figure out the connection of why you're beating yourself up.
Right. You're absolutely right.
So
You're
so
absolutely.
So where do you start to fix it at? Like, how do you start to fix a problem like that? Do you know, like, where do you begin to fix those problems?
After you have asked yourself the hard questions and answered them honestly, and then after you realize, okay, it's me, I'm the problem, are you asking me where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Basically.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think there's so many different things you could do. Like I said last time, I don't think it's a one size fits all type of thing.
Right.
I think for some people it might be, like we talked about a little bit last time. For some people it might be God. For some people it might be, um, self-help. For some people it might be community. And I think another thing that we didn't mention last time was therapy. I think therapy is a good place to start too. I think counseling is a good place to start because it gives you someone that is not biased. It gives you somebody that doesn't really know you, so they're not judging you, they're not telling your business, they're not talking about you. So you could go to them and you can like let it out, and maybe they can help you figure things out.
Right.
Because you might not be able to. You might realize that you have problems, and you might realize there's things going on, but you might not know how to sort through it. So I think that's a good way to have somebody help you sort through things.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not always like, it's not the people that, like, in your area, like your family, or your
Mm-hmm.
friends, because sometimes, like you said, they're biased to your whole life,
Yeah.
and they won't always, they want to give you the right direction, and they want to give you the right answer, but sometimes they just
Mm-hmm.
can't, because they're not even healed within themselves. You can't
Yeah.
expect someone that's not healed within herself to give you a
To
healing. You
help.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Give you the help
Right.
that you need. And with a
Right.
biased opinion,
Right.
that's not really going to work. So, I really do
Mm-hmm.
think therapy is a really good source. Therapy.
And I think a lot of people look down on it. I think it's getting better. You hear about more people maybe going to counseling, getting therapy, but I still think it's kind of looked down upon.
Yeah, I could
People
see
don't
that.
want to be judged. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be looked at as crazy. They don't want to be looked at as, they think, oh, well, I'm not, schizophrenic, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. Why do I need to go to therapy? But really, it's just a good way to, a lot of people feel better after talking about things.
That's true.
Just in general, if you're having a problem and you talk to somebody, you usually feel better. So this way you can go, it's a safe place, somebody to talk to. If you don't want to talk to, your friends, if you think like, I don't want them to know all my business, or I don't want them to tell all my business, or, whatever the case may be, it's somewhere to go where it's safe. You could talk about it, you can let it out, and you'll probably feel better after that. But then also, they're, um, educated, so they can help you. They know how to help you sort through it, work through it. And I
Exactly.
think it's, yeah,
Exercising, exercises.
giving you exercises, yeah,
Hmm.
giving you things to do, giving you things to think about that you may not have thought about before.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the way you point that out. They'll give you exercises and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
Because exercising within yourself is extremely important. it's extremely important to heal, um,
Mm-hmm.
from,
Yeah.
future past, you know, just working within yourself. Self-help is very
Yeah.
important.
It's very important. It's
Hmm.
very important. And I feel like you know, there's so many people who are just suppressing things, holding things in, and they don't know where to begin. They don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And like I said last time as well, like they haven't asked themselves the hard question. So I think a lot of them don't even realize like that it's them,
Yeah,
that they're their biggest problem. They're their worst
exactly.
enemy.
Exactly. Like just getting started with working out, like it could be you. Just getting started on a wellness journey or just a simple change in your life, like reading or, doing something one time a day just to get used to it. Every day you'll get used to it, but you can't even start that. You want to say that you're going to do it or you want to do it, but you won't start.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. You need to be able to start. And sometimes people
Yeah.
get stopped up from fear. Fear,
Mm-hmm.
number one,
Yeah, I think
doubt.
fear is a big factor. I think fear is something that holds a lot of people back
Hmm.
from working on themselves. They
Hmm.
don't want to relive things. They're fearful of that. They don't want to fail, so they don't get started on certain things that they want to do in their life. They
Hmm.
don't want to get judged. They don't want to get talked about. They're fearful. I think fear is like, if not the number one thing, one of the number one things that, or one of the biggest things that hold people back.
Big
Fear.
time, big time. Even I was listening to a motivational speaker, and they were saying, where the richest place is at on earth? It's the graveyard, because people take their dreams with them because they're so
Yeah,
afraid to do
yeah,
it, so afraid
yeah,
to even just start. One brick at a
yeah,
time. Just start one brick at a time to
yeah,
build that dream.
yeah.
You're not going to start at the top like how we always be like, well, you know, we want to start at the
Yeah.
top. No, you're
You
not
can't.
stop.
It's impossible to start at the top unless you're like Blue Ivy or Kim Kardashian and Kanye West kids or Barron Trump or something like that. Like if
Right.
you not one of them, then you starting at the bottom
Exactly.
because
In the
you
mud.
know you getting it out the mud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to
And
stick.
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get it out the mud. That's where, because then a lot of times you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be talked about. You don't want to be looked down on. But the same people that are doing that, they're going to also see you elevate.
Exactly.
So they're going to see that too. They're going to see the bottom. But if they keep watching, they're going to see the top too.
So how do you let go? How do you feel like you let
Jade, I'm
go?
on a video.
How do you feel like you will let go of judgment? How do you feel like you can let go of judgment? How do you let go of judgment?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard
That's a
one.
good one. I feel like you have to start with
I didn't. Hold on one
identifying.
second. I didn't. But when I'm done, I'll get back to you because I'm on live right now. Okay.
I feel like you have to identify with uh, your trauma or your past. You know, why are you why are you so afraid of the judgment? Why are you so afraid of it? Someone might have judged you when you were younger. Someone
Mm-hmm.
might have always beaten you down and said bad things about you. And then now
Yeah.
you're scared and you're afraid to do those things because you have that in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
And you need to heal from that first. Like we was talking about going back and reliving those traumas.
Right. Right.
you know, uh, because it could be a pattern. Somebody could have said you were selfish years ago,
Mm-hmm.
years ago when you was a kid. You're selfish. Then you
Yeah.
turn 18 and they said you're selfish. Somebody else said you were selfish. Now you're 20
Yeah.
and they said that you're selfish. Now you got these
Mm-hmm.
patterns of somebody saying that
Yeah.
they're selfish, but meanwhile it could be them putting their judgment of their self upon
Their
you.
insecurities,
They're
all of their
insecure.
insecurity, fears, and everything else. Yeah.
Exactly. And so now you're
Yeah.
stuck with it because it hurt your feelings years ago and you've heard it a couple times. Now you feel like you're selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so reliving them things. You might have to go back some years and relive those
Mm-hmm.
those hurts, those past traumas.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Acknowledge it, relive it.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? There was a couple.
Well,
There was a couple steps that we were talking about,
yeah,
and you were telling me about.
well, like we were saying, you gotta acknowledge it first. You gotta
Acknowledge.
go back.
Yeah.
Why am I so afraid to be in a relationship? Why am I so afraid
Mm-hmm.
to be without a relationship? You know what I mean? You have to first
Yeah.
acknowledge it, find out what the cause of it is, go back
Mm-hmm.
and see what holding you back. Oh, I
Yeah.
had my very first girlfriend. She dumped me when I was 7 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I had some
Yeah.
past traumas where it kind of stung.
Yeah.
Even
Got your
as a
heart broke.
kid. Yeah,
We
even as
all
a kid,
have. We
puppy
all have.
love. And
Right. Right.
and that stuff stick with you.
It does. It does. And then it just builds up because then you have one hurt. You didn't heal from that. You feel some type of way. You were stung. It hurt. And then,
Yeah,
a couple years later, it might happen again. You don't heal from that. It hurt. Then a couple years later again. And so you just have all these things that are just built up.
piling up,
Yeah.
right? So you got
Piling
to
up.
go
Yeah.
back to it. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have to relive it. Look yourself in the mirror and relive it to the full potential, to the full intensity that it was like
Mm-hmm.
just now, that it just happened.
Yeah.
Relive it about 5 times. If it doesn't go
And I
away,
think reliving things are hard. I think reliving things is hard for people,
it
especially
is.
if they're reliving bad things,
It is.
big things. And to relive it over and over again, I think that's difficult.
It's very
A lot of people,
difficult.
I don't think a lot of people want to relive things, and I think that's why they don't. I think that's why they sweep it under the rug. They put a band-aid on it, like we were saying. A lot of people are walking around with band-aids. They're
Exactly.
walking around with band-aids covering up wounds, that like big wounds,
Big one.
not little scrapes, big, huge wounds, and then they put like a band-aid on it and they cover it up. And a lot
Exactly.
of people are walking around like that, just covered up,
Hmm.
because they don't want to relive it.
They don't want to
Reliving
relive
is
it.
hard.
They don't want to
They
work
don't
on
want to relive it.
themselves from the beginning.
They don't.
It's
They
hard
don't
to
want to
work
work
on
on, a
yourself.
lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to work on themselves for different reasons. They don't want to relive it. They're fearful.
Scared what's
Fear.
going to come out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scared
Yeah.
what's going to come out. Yeah. And that's why people, like you said, use band-aids, use
Mm-hmm.
medications, like
Medication. Yeah.
self-medicate,
Self-medication.
weed,
Self-medicating. That's a big one. Yeah.
alcohol,
Weed, alcohol, drugs of
pills.
all kinds. Mm-hmm.
It might even be TV.
That's the band-aid. Yeah, that's the band-aid that I'm speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a, real band-aid,
Yeah.
but it's weed, it's alcohol,
Food.
it's relationships,
That's a
it's
good one.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep,
Now you talking life.
yeah.
That's life.
I've
That's
been
life.
there. We've been there. We're talking this because we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been there, and you use different things, and a lot of people use those things, and that's their band-aid. They're covering up. They're
Exactly.
covering it up. They're not dealing with it. So
You have to relive it.
you
And
have to
once you
deal with it.
relive it,
Mm-hmm.
then you can release. It will start to let go of
Yeah.
you. The pain will start to let go of you, not you letting go of the pain.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It will
That's a
start
good
letting
one.
go of you
Yeah. Yeah.
because it has you in bondage. It have you
Bondage.
held.
Yeah.
You know
It'll
what I
start
mean?
letting you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
that is good. And
That's good.
so once you follow those steps, you can start to empty space for new things to happen and
New
rebirth
things, good things. Yeah.
rebirth in your life. Yeah.
Yes.
So don't hold on to it, basically. Don't hold on to those
Right.
judgments. I mean, hey, I had plenty of judgments, you think you better than somebody. I had people tell me you think you better than me,
Yeah.
or you're selfish, or you're this, you're that. And listen, I'm not going to hold on to your judgment or your opinion of me, because most likely you're reflecting your opinion of yourself onto me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
the first thing you point out in somebody is things that you don't like, which we shouldn't do as people.
Yeah. Yeah. We do that because people have good qualities and they have bad qualities. And it seems like a lot of times we just focus on the negative, the bad qualities in people and not celebrate the good qualities enough. And I think we all do that. I mean, I'm not saying that,
Mm-hmm.
everybody does that except me. I think, we all do that. We're all
Exactly.
guilty of that. Hmm.
Exactly.
It's important. It's important to look at the good as well,
It
especially people that you're close to.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Like how we always motivate each other, and we point out the good
Hmm.
things in each other, and that will carry
Yeah.
on. That will carry on
Yeah.
to the next person if you continue. If you just start with one person a day, and you continue each day, say something good about the next person. It will
Good.
bring
Yeah. You
more,
uplift people. Hmm.
and not only uplift people, but now you're starting to reflect upon yourself good things. You'll bring those good
Right.
things upon yourself. You'll start to notice good things in yourself, and you won't beat yourself up as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, we were talking about the
Okay.
like the comfort, our comfort zone, and just like, you know people just,
Hmm.
we don't want to do stuff because we don't want to get out of our comfort zone because people might judge us.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And you can't. People are judging you anyway. They're judging you in your comfort zone, and they're judging you out of your comfort zone. They're judging you, and
Right.
so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Let it go.
You gotta stop. Yeah, let it go. You have to. You can't worry about people. You can't worry about people. So
And once you let it go, you'll be able to live.
exactly, you'll be free.
We talk so much, so much. It's just so much judgment in general, like judgment about other people, but it's more judgment upon ourselves. you know
Hmm. Yeah.
we're so hard on
Yeah.
ourselves.
We are, and we talked about that last time. Like we're a lot. We're very critical on ourselves. We're very hard on ourselves. I feel way harder than we should be. I feel.
Yeah.
It's okay to hold yourself to a standard. It's okay to, expect certain things or want certain things. But I feel like sometimes we're way too hard on ourselves.
Yeah. Talking real negative about ourselves. Oh, I didn't
Hmm.
look right in that
Yeah.
video. Oh, I didn't look right in that picture.
Yeah. That's me. I say stuff like that a lot. I'm working on it.
Huh?
But yeah, we beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that we're talking about that because we're human and we're always going to have to work on ourselves and work on things, and we're all a work in progress.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we're talking about that we're still working on, that we're still trying to, overcome. Or
Exactly.
And I think that it's good to talk about things like this, and it's good to, maybe tell things about where we're struggling, and maybe tell stories about things that we've gone through, maybe just to help people, because everybody, there's a lot of people out here who are struggling.
Exactly. And you know what? One thing I, struggled on before. I mean, not even say before. One thing I'm working on is the judgment as well. Even people's
Yeah.
judgment. People judge me, for example, for like my voice. And I have like this funny story where I would just be like in my room practicing my deep voice, like, oh, like I would be sitting there
You're
like,
very quiet.
yeah, trying to get my voice
Yeah.
deeper, and
Right.
just
Right.
trying to practice it. Like they ain't gonna keep talking about me in my voice, but but I realized
Yeah.
that I have to be okay with me and let other people's
Yeah.
judgment go and let my own judgment go, because
Hmm.
it's only hindering me,
It
you
is.
know?
Yeah. Right. I've realized too that when you get to a certain place within yourself where you're good with yourself and you're confident within yourself and you know who you are and you love yourself, it doesn't matter what other people think. They can think whatever they want. When you're good with yourself, you don't care. You
Exactly.
don't care about them.
Exactly.
I think a lot of times we care what other people think
Hmm.
when we aren't really good within ourselves. We're
Exactly.
not confident within ourselves. So I feel like working on your confidence is big. You have to work on your confidence. You have to work on your self-esteem. You have to know who you are. And once you do that, then judgment, criticism, stuff like that won't bother you. It won't matter. I know who I am.
How do you feel like you work
You
on your
don't have to know. You
self-esteem?
don't have to know. Yeah, you don't have to know who I am.
How do you
You
feel
don't
like
have
you
to.
work
You
on
can
that?
think whatever. Oh goodness, it's
Where to
it's a
begin?
journey
Where to begin, at
to work
least?
on yourself,
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah, confidence, self-esteem, where to begin, you
I
know?
think first you you have to know who you are. You have to figure out who you are. I
Who
think a
you
lot of
are.
times we don't really know who we are. We don't know who we are. That's why we're trying to be, this person and this person. And then this
Yeah.
person said this. So maybe I should change myself. And this person doesn't like this. So maybe I should be like this. And maybe I should be like that. And I've done that, several times in my life too. You have to know who you are.
Yeah.
You have to get by yourself and get with your creator. I always bring it back
Yeah.
to the creator.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out who you are. You have to know who you are. And once you know who you are, then
It
you're
will
good.
it will just start
A
to
lot of
flow.
people don't know. Yeah, a lot of people really don't. They don't know who they are.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Knowing who you are. Get to know who
Mm-hmm.
you are, not everybody else,
Yeah,
because we tend to, as people, try to get to know the next person and their flaws and maybe some of their strengths, but
mm-hmm.
most of the time it's their flaws that we looking at.
They're flawed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and we don't sit there and pay attention to ourselves and our own flaws, but we can beat ourselves up quickly. You know,
Mm-hmm.
somebody just told
Yeah.
me the other day, it was me. It was me. I said, you really beat yourself up. And,
Mm.
you need to work on yourself. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on myself, and I'm gonna let go of those things, those things that I be
Mm.
telling myself, that
Yeah.
a lot of people really probably don't even know, like
Yeah.
confidence or self-esteem, or but they
Mm-hmm.
see something completely different. Like we were saying, it looks real good on the outside, but on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
you need some
Oh,
work.
a mess.
It's a mess.
A mess.
You threw everything in the closet, all
Right.
types of stuff.
Right. And just shut the door. Just
Okay.
threw it in there and shut the door and
All,
tried to
you
put
know,
something up against it to hold it tight.
poor
Yeah.
little cat been in there for 8
Exactly.
days, like everything. Did
Uh-huh.
did stuff.
Exactly.
Focus on yourself. Help yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And I think also, going back to what can you do to, feel confident, and because we're talking about like mental wellness right now, but physical wellness is also important too. And I feel like getting active, making time for yourself,
mm,
working out, making time to work out, making time to just really take care of yourself. And I feel
yeah.
like that will definitely boost your confidence too. It'll
Right.
You'll look better, you'll feel better.
That's
It's
so true.
definitely a confidence booster. Yeah.
Definitely. And it not only that, but it releases so many chemicals in your body so that you feel good,
Yeah,
Any
yeah, it's like a
those
drug. It's like a
endorphins.
high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put the weed down and start working out, because that's the best high of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Put the weed down and start working out. Hmm.
And the squares. Because I know you ain't running on a treadmill because you probably too
No,
out of
no.
breath.
Right. Put it all down and start working out. It's the best high. The best high ever.
Best high ever, y'all.
And the healthiest high ever.
Yeah. So working on yourself. We're working on ourselves right now, and we're gonna continue to work on ourselves. We're gonna
Yeah, we're
continue to
going to continue
strive.
to encourage other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Encourage you
that's
all.
important. Mm-hmm.
Strive for
Yeah.
excellence. Strive for
Excellence.
greatness.
Yeah.
Each day,
Yeah.
try to do something new. Step out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do something
Right.
new. I encourage
Yep.
y'all for real.
Yeah. Me too. It's amazing.
It is. So,
Yeah.
well, we'll have some more talks. That was great talk, sis. What do you think?
That was a good talk. Yep.
That was a really good talk, and I hope somebody got something out of it. You know, some life out of what we spoke about.
Some encouragement. Yeah.
Yeah. If you know somebody that struggles in those areas of, just self, self development,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
let them know that SMB is having a wellness talk every Wednesday. We're on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
subscribe,
Yeah.
share, comment, it's all about
Yeah.
helping the next person.
Absolutely. So go speak life to somebody today.
Go speak life into somebody.
Yeah. Into somebody. Yep.
Yeah. Speak
Yep.
it to them, into them. Yeah. We just
Yep.
encourage greatness for all of y'all.
Absolutely. Yep.
You good, sis?
I am good.
I'm good
Yep.
too. And so it looks like our session is over here. If you wanted to go continue to
Yeah.
watch, it'll be at SMB. What is it? SMB Wellness Group, our SMB Wellness
Yes.
Group. Stephen and Bree,
Yes.
SMB Wellness
Yep.
Group. So go ahead and take a look at that and subscribe to
Yes.
YouTube. We'll have more
All
videos
right.
coming.
Yes. Until next time.
Until next
Talk to
time.
you later.